What's the deal? Yeah, what's the deal? What's the deal? How you feel? What's the deal? Where you at?
So y'all here? Y'all like inspiration? Y'all like motivation?
Denise Camille?
Y'all like ventilation?
Denise Camille?
Y'all know I gotta make up a few words here and there, but who y'all here with?
Ventilation and Denise Camille.
Under the act. But we not playing no games.
We're not into games. We don't like Sega, PlayStation, or Xbox.
So y'all here with Dilate the Dialogue with Denise Camille.
Dilate the dialogue.
We gotta open up, not them legs, but the mind.
Denise Camille.
Cause I know y'all trying to find y'all strength.
Denise Camille.
Intertwined with the life of me.
Denise Camille.
Greetings. How y'all doing? Y'all here with another episode of Dilate to Dialogue with the one and only, the one, the only, the one, the only, the one, the only. I gotta keep saying it so everybody can hear it. Did y'all hear in the background? The one, the only. Y'all see these wisdom streaks? The one, the only. Dilate to Dialogue, y'all. I am Denise Camille. Let me just, okay. So, how y'all doing? The Urban Love Therapist, Relationship and Self-Coach. Here with another episode, right? We got to open up not them legs, but the mind so we can find the truth within ourselves. Grow, evolve, heal, prosper. Excuse me, confirmation, but be at peace with ourselves, right? I was going through the cards because I'm like, I think we've done a good bit of topics. As you know, I can always come with other topics. And first of all, y'all check out my website, Denise-Camille.com. I am a spiritual counselor. I am a couples counselor as well, individuals and children 10 and up, right? I am I am. I bring forth nothing but the truth and the key to life from the experiences that the ancestors have continued to use me as the vessel for, right? I'm grateful for breath work. I want to give a shout out, a rise up, a great gratefulness to my ancestors, my spirit team, my spirit guides, those that protect me, guide me, encourage me, speak to me directly through my clairs, right? The real senses, clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairgustient. There's one that I'm missing. Yet I'm grateful to the universe. You know, I always say she's your best friend. Tell her what you need and she'll make it. She's bent time before for me. And I'm grateful that everything happens in divine timing at all times, people. Everything is based on your confidence, your manifestations, your movement, and your mindset, right? So let's get into today's topic. I did pre-shuffle. Y'all check out the self-awareness deck. I made them a little smaller this time because I know I have smaller hands. I'm like, I'm a shuffler. I'm a shuffler. I like to shuffle cards. I do readings on the low. Don't tell nobody, though. I do pull my own cards. And after a while, I couldn't help. I was like, I got to shuffle everything. I'm shuffling. You know, I'm not as great as the ones that I support, yet I do understand the readings at times, and there are times when they trigger and I'm like, come on, I wasn't ready for this. Yet I'm grateful for it because it allows me to self-assess, self-aware, be mindful of who I am when no one's watching. Be mindful of my class, my mindset, my vibration, right? Learn how to transmute the negative energy into positive, and I'm grateful for who I am. I am the Denise Camille, like Moana, I am she. She, I am, right? So today's topic, oh, don't forget my products. Oh, sorry. Y'all check out my books. I'm a 3-time author. Justice for the Caged Mind. All this can be found on my website. Justice for the Caged Mind. Nurturing the Soul, 10 Quick Step Guide to Connecting Self and Spirituality. That's the ebook. And then I have Urban Life with Love, 5 Languages We Speak. That's on the professional side from counseling, where for those that aren't able to be ready to do the work, the book allows you to do the work in that necessary step where it's just you and the book. You and the book. After every chapter, there are questionnaires to ask yourself in regards to you. You know, you want to be able to identify you. You want to be able to be aware of self within you, right? Check out the hair care line, Denise Camille. It's catered to the men and the children and the women who are ready to do the work. I'm going to say it again. The men, the children, and the women who are willing to do the work. I have a lot of male friends that are barbers. And when I go into the barbershop, I have another podcast called Barbershop Basics, right? I cannot stand, I don't know if it's me or if it's me, men, why do we have dry looking beards? I'm going to need that answered. Why is your beard always looking so dry? Why? How your face looking oily, but your beard looking dry as shit? Like, what the fuck? Why? Excuse me, but just, no, don't excuse me. Why? Why? Denise Camille, I have a beard oil cream, oil hair cream, whatever. Universal for lip gloss, for lotion. If you ever think you ashy, it's a 1 ounce jar, y'all. Y'all support, patronize. You need it. You need it. I can't be going around massaging old men's beards. No. That's what his mate is there for. Well, that's what he's there for. Yeah, check it out. It's a hair care kit, shampoo, conditioner, gel, mist, detangler, serum. It's a 6-product kit, y'all. It's worth every minute of it. My love is in there. My energy, my currency is there. Y'all check that out. I have a facial care line as well. Skincare as well. Y'all check that out. I also have a mental detox juice line menu designed to address those suppressed emotions. So if you're not ready to do the work of your emotions to address them, don't drink it. Be responsible. Don't drink it. If you're not ready to assess your mind and where it's going to lead to, don't do it. You know, I wish there could be like a topic like that in regards to drugs. If you know this is what it's going to do to you, here are the side effects first. Are you going to still take it? Are you going to still do it? I remember when I was pregnant with my twins, and my ex-husband and I were very pro life as it is. Don't touch anything inside and outside of it. And I ended up having to get a catheter while having contractions. That was probably the worst thing. You got contractions coming down, you got catheter going up. Oh, it was the worst. Whatever. Long story short, I did not want to get epidural because I'm like, no, let the body do what it has to do naturally. I did have them in the hospital normally, even though I do home birth work, right, midwifery. And the nurse decides to call the anesthesiologist, right? So he comes in, this middle-aged Asian guy, and I was like, who sent you? Who told you to come here? He was like, oh, the nurse, you know, in case you might need it because you're having twins. And mind you, I already had 2 spontaneous births prior to. So ain't no way. I told the doctors every month when I was pregnant with the twins, if you cut me, I'm going to slice your face open like Red Sandra, or I'm going to see your ties, I'm going to cut them. Which one you want, it's your decision. You make that choice for you. Well, you're not going to cut me. So he comes in, oh, well, anesthesiologist, well, can I? They said you need. I was like, I didn't say I need. I didn't call you because I know the minute I called you, you get paid. We ain't doing this. So I don't know who called you. He's like, well, can I at least read you your side effects? This joker reads it off. All I'm hearing is potential blindness, potential paralysis of the back, potential, going deaf, all of this. And I'm like, for some contractions? For some children? Yeah, no. What we're not going to do is get that epidural. So stop playing with me. I don't know who sent you, but get out of here, Mr. Miyagi. I'm not playing with you. Yet when I tell you, that was probably one of the many battles I had to fight to stand my ground for something that I believed in, that I know was true. because we didn't do any vaccinations for the children, and we went against everything. Don't touch them. I want them as fresh as they come out of my vagina. Don't touch them. There was a note on my door in the hospital that you cannot enter this patient's room until you talk to her doctor first. Don't do no air stuff. Don't do no Apgar. I took them off, put them on their stomachs not even day, a couple hours later. And there's like, oh, we wonder if you can hear, that they can hear our names. And I called one of my daughter's name is Nia. I was like, Nia, can you hear me? Nia. And she slowly did her, and she looked, and she turned to the side, and she looked at me, and I was like, she could hear? What? Stop playing with me. But yet it put me in the mindset of, I'm in control of my world. I need you to be in control of your world. We didn't even get to the topic today, y'all. Oh, God. It'll be 10 minutes in. Okay. So today's topic is did we get to was I making a point? I wasn't making a point with epidemiologist, but anesthesiologist about knowing the side effects before you actually do. Oh, so about the juicing. Oh, okay. You see how far out I went and I brought it back. We talk about the juicing. You want to know what it can do to you before you actually take it. Same thing with drugs. You want to know what the drugs can do to you before you actually take it. Be mindful of, not asking the right questions in life, because sometimes it'll be the dumbest questions are one you don't ask, right? So release blame and accept balance in life. I talked about all my services and products. Okay. Release blame, accept balance in life. This earring, y'all, the back is like piercing into my thoughts. Releasing blame and accepting balance. So that's today's topic. We're going to release blame, talk about releasing blame, and accept the balance. It's like, why we accept balance? Why not accept truth? Yet I was at an event the other night. Shout out to the brother who taught me something new, where, you know how in corporate America they talk about, having the work-life balance. He's like, we don't clock out of life to have a balance in work and what we do. We're still us regardless of where we are in our element, right, in our environment. And I said, wow, that really makes sense, because we have to balance ourselves out regardless of where we are. Regardless of the environment that we're in, we have to find balance. I remember the elder who trained me, she would always say, there's peace amongst chaos. And I'm taking it, I'm digesting. I'm like, okay, there's peace amongst chaos. And the Kung Fu Panda in me, Master Shifu, is just, okay. Like, I go back and watch these movies again, because those were my enlightenment moments, as well with the cartoons. I'm telling you, these cartoons, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention to the ion. You are the ion. Give yourself the first 10% like you would in the church. Stop playing with me. Release blame, accept balance. So most times when we have blame, we're taking accountability of everyone's actions on as if it's our own, right? Which is not a good thing, yet that accountability piece is, because unless you can address and accept where you are, why you made those decisions, why did you allow yourself to tolerate certain things, and only then would you be able to get to your next level. It's like AA. Was it the 12 steps for Alcoholics Anonymous? I always say there's it's similar steps, not the same actual steps yet. I have to probably Google that, see what it looks like again. Yet there are steps to healing. And one of those steps is accountability. That yes, you allowed something to happen, yet there's no need to blame yourself for why that happened, because everything encouraged an experience which encouraged a lesson. If it's not a win, it's a lesson. Nothing's ever a loss. Most times we think that we lost time, yet we didn't lose time. If anything, we weren't ready to proceed with the true currency, which is our energy. Was that a confirmation? Okay. We are needing to be mindful of what blame looks like. And I'm thinking blame where it comes from. Even let's go with molestation. That's a trigger warning. Even let's go with, children being molested from family, there's no need to blame your body type. There's no need to blame your innocence. There's no need to blame your lack of discernment because you're a child. Your intuition is there, yet you're not expecting, or you're not in the mindset or the conceptualization of someone who's closest to you to hurt you, that will hurt you. You're not in that mindset. So for those that are, that hold on to, it's my fault that it happened to me and not to a cousin or my sibling, it's hard. It's not hard. It's challenging to press forward to accept what has happened. It doesn't make you less of a person, yet it helps you ground where you are in your life to know, I have built up higher boundaries. I am more intuitively aware. My discernment is not one to play with. You become stronger based on your past, right? I remember reading somewhere, someone said, a strength is not an asset. It became an asset because you felt like a liability. And that to me speaks volumes, because the strong are usually the ones that felt weak. I hope y'all are catching that. The strong are usually the ones that felt weak. So when we release blame and accept balance, of course, that takes time with healing and experiences. We get to a place of having to understand why we move and think and feel the way we do after we've released blame, right? And I usually say spending time with yourself is more than likely your best time to accept balance, because we're not always realizing that, because we're interacting with other entities and energies we call friends, family, strangers, going out to, distractions, I like to call them. We're not always taking the time to sit with ourselves. Like, I know even for me, I know one of my two biggest things that I have to get to, and I'm going to get there. Y'all know I'm far from perfect, is meditation, like actually sitting meditation and yoga. Now, I used to do yoga with the elder, and I think everything I did with her was releasing, like they say. It was just, I don't even know how to describe it. Yet, I give thanks for those experiences that I got a chance to experience, those, people say, carefree moments. Yet it was still learning, right? We learned through play. And playing was almost like playing with the spirit. We would learn something, she would teach, and then here comes spirit to implement through life, play, right? Yet that was accepting that balance. And I would say the last time I actually saw my spirit guide was at her house. I used to see him at her house. The first time I seen him was at the apartment I lived in the brothel. Didn't know it was a brothel. I was very naive back then, back in college. Tapping into your truth, it's not a one-time thing, right? Yet being able to release the blame of your hurt, and most times when we're hurt or when we're traumatized, it's how we conceptualized it in our minds for it to be more, for it to be a different avenue of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, my brain is just like, what? for it to be more than what it is. Because even sometimes we're holding on to the past while being in the present, so that way we make sure that we're not redoing the pattern again. Because everything is through our behavior patterns, it's cyclical, right? So in order for it to stop, we have to be mindful of the experiences and pay attention to the patterns so that we're not choosing and making the same mistake again. So we have to go through the process through healing of releasing blame, saying that it was my fault, that I allowed this to happen. And, even though intuition was there, no, we did not listen. Learning to forgive yourself. That's what I'm getting for. Give thanks, Spirit. Learning to forgive yourself in releasing the blame. That's where that comes from. Forgiveness is not an easy thing. Even though there is that phrase, Ho'oponopono, I'm sorry, I thank you. These are things we're saying to ourselves. These 4 things. I'm sorry, I thank you, I love you, and I forgive you. And I forgive you is always the most challenging thing to say to yourself and to your inner child as well, because to us in the physical, it's like, man, so much time has passed, and all I just did was kept adding layers on top of layers on top of layers of more damaging things that hurt ourselves. I have not ever cut myself intentionally, yet the cutting usually comes out of guilt and blame and shame, right? Yet finding ways to accept what has happened and understanding that, number one, blaming yourself won't change the outcome. Blaming yourself won't change the hurt. Blaming yourself won't change the experience. However, accepting balance and forgiveness will allow the lessons to stick, will allow you to find grace within yourself, that you're here, that you've overcome it. Allow yourself to know that you're still able to function as who you are in society without being bitter. You're finding balance. Because these experiences find a way to teach you more about you. So that way you can forgive and you can accept the balance of where you are in life. I hope this is reaching the right people. And Spirit says it is. So I'm grateful. Being able to release blame and accept balance. Forgiveness of self and surrendering to the higher power. Surrendering to Source, Divine. Knowing that everything is truly in divine time. I know the 3 things that we can control are our thoughts, actions, and emotions. And yet sometimes when we hear things, we process it for right now. And it's like, hold that for later. Put it in the storage box. Because when Pandora reopens, and she does, you're going to need that, right? So it's been my pleasure. Trust me when I say I'm humbled. I'm grateful to be the vessel. I've asked for many years, continue to use me as a vessel of truth. It's needed. I'm here. Divine continues to use me, whether I like it or not. Okay. Did you? Y'all know my one of my favorite movies is Ghost, right? And Whoopi Goldberg, Patrick Swayze, and Demi Moore. Didn't know I felt like Whoopi all those years, couldn't really associate the two until I'm reading the synopsis one day. I was like, a reluctant psychic. I was like, wait, am Am I a reluctant psychic? They're like, duh, you don't want to admit it. I was like, wait a minute. Let me process this. Yeah, and even for the boxer move just now on the table, it's like, I feel like when the guy on the train was teaching Patrick Swayze how to move the stuff, he's like, how do you move? You got to bring it all the way down here, bring it all the way up, and you got to move it, right? I'm grateful for spirit. I am. I'm grateful. I give thanks for you all for listening. And it's reaching you at a time in your life when you can process it, you can digest it, you can apply it, and you can move on with it. And move on from it, I should say. All right, y'all. It has been real. I am Denise Camille, the Urban Love Therapist, Relationship with Self Coach. It has been real. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace. Y'all know Denise Camille's in here in the shower. I'm gonna bring y'all in my little intimate setting with my Cool Mint shampoo and Bergamot conditioner. Y'all get it together. You see these curls? You see these cords? You see this strength over length? Who am I? Denise Camille. What we doing? Building a relationship with our hair. This is my hair care regimen, shampoo and conditioner, and we'll come back for the rest. Be blessed.